All right. Next review is going to be for Polite Society. Polite Society is this movie I just saw very recently, today actually. And I didn't actually, coming in this movie, I didn't really know much about it. I saw the trailers for it that played in theaters, but usually, like I said, I don't really pay attention to a lot of trailers in theaters. I just kind of like, okay, because I've seen a lot of these so many different times. I'm like, okay, it's the same kind of sometimes few trailers over and over again. So I'm like, I know I've kind of seen this one before. But I was kind of interested to kind of check it out. It was up on the, it was like new releases. So I was like, okay, let me go see what this is about. So in this movie, you have this girl, actually these two sisters, Rhea and Lena. One sister, Rhea, she wants to be a stunt performer. She's all about she's training in martial arts. She looks up to this stunt woman herself, and it was like, this is my dream. I want to be a stunt person. And she does everything. She records these videos, and her sister helps her record these videos of her training and her trying to do this spin kick and everything like that. And then Lena, her older sister, she's trying to figure out life a little bit. She's kind of bumming around the house. She dropped out of art school, trying to figure out what she wants to do with her life. And in the midst of that, she comes across this guy, this really rich, successful doctor who's a geneticist. He courts her. She's like, well, ends up, it's like, I want to get married to this guy. And Rhea was like, no, this isn't your fate. This isn't what you're meant to do. You're meant to go back to art school, be an artist, fulfill your dream. And then if you get married, that's kind of going to be delayed. And you see, he comes from, very much wealth, their family, the Khan family as they are, they're more lower born. So you kind of see the difference there between, the family there of the Khans and then this rich family that the doctor comes from. His mother, I believe I've seen the mother before. I think the mother of the rich doctor, I believe that was also the mother of one of the main bad guys in Miss Marvel, I believe. I think she was in that, I believe. So the style of this, you see, like there was various different like action scenes in this, like I said, because she's trained to be a stunt person, so there's a lot of that here. A lot of it is also very much done in a comedic way, so there's a lot of comedy and action there that's blended. There's a good soundtrack here too. There's a good, a lot of good needle drops that I wanted to kind of look up afterwards of this movie. I think one of the key selling points of this movie is between the two sisters and their bond. I think that's really good. The two actresses here, let me see. I know I'm going to butcher these names here, but let me see. Priya Kasari and Ruti Ara is the two sisters, and I think they do a really wonderful job, and I think they really do feel like really sisters. And there's some really good sequences in here. Even like there's a little musical spot that the younger sister does, Rhea, that looks really good. That looks really cool. And for a person who trains in martial arts, like you see her in class, you see her, sparring with different people, she gets her ass kicked a lot. Like, you know what I mean? By various different people throughout this movie. Like I'm trying to think of one fight she actually won throughout this whole movie, and I can't. I think she wins like maybe one fight, and that's at the end when she's supposed to. But I was like, damn, she gets her ass kicked a lot.
That's actually what I was seeing from the trailer. Like every single scene, even from the trailer for Play Society, she is just getting smacked around the entire time.
Yeah. But they're fun. These action scenes is not like something like The Raid or anything like that, or even something like RRR or something that you maybe see. But they are enjoyable, and they are a lot of fun. I kind of looked at it as more something like Kung Fu Hustle a little bit, like if you remember that film, like the kind of the comedic things they did there with a lot of people like kind of like flying up in the air and kind of the superhuman kind of elements there. Yeah. That's kind of what it is like there with this. Yeah, so, and then she also has like two friends as well that kind of help her because, she's doing everything in her power to like stop this marriage, dig up dirt on the guy. Her two friends help her out there. And this is set in London too, which this is kind of one of those times where I'm like, I wish I had subtitles because they're saying words. I'm like, I don't even know what they're saying or what they're supposed to mean, but you know what I mean? Like they're throwing out these British insults and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess that's supposed to be hard. Okay, that's supposed to be hardcore because they're throwing that out. But it's an enjoyable movie. I liked it. I thought it was, good fun. Something that I think you could take a family to, kids to, and they might enjoy themselves. Good lead performances here by the two sisters. Like I said, this is really the core of their relationship, and that is really there. The two parents there that you see of the two sisters, they also are very good. I like them. I like they feel like real parents there, and the stuff that they do, and the mother and the father, of just trying their best to support their daughters and their dreams and what they want to do. I liked quite a bit. So I would give it stream it as well for kind of highest streaming, low tune in for me. Yeah.
Okay.
Any thoughts about the movie?
From what I saw from the trailers, it seems, I don't know if you even remember this movie. When it reminded me of a different medium, different kind of thing, but it reminded me a bit of Bend It Like Beckham.
I could see that.
Movie.
I could see that. Yeah, Bend It Like Beckham. I could kind of see that there too. Yeah. Yeah. For sure. So I recommend checking it out if you got the time to do so. I don't know what platform it would come to, if it was coming to streaming, but if you see it, I'm gonna throw it on. I mean, I think you might get some enjoyment from it, some good laughs from it. I mean, also it's like it's another situation where like I talked about with Sisu, you got to suspend a lot of belief. Like you said, this is kind of crazy. A lot of stuff like when the big plot gets revealed and everything, it's like something that like an Austin Powers
Bollywood.
Yeah, it's like something that like a Austin Powers movie, I guess. You know what I mean? Like something kind of crazy, like something you would see like in a maybe. I don't even think they've done this in a Marvel movie yet. But it's like something that'll there that you'd kind of see.
It's very heightened in reality from what I can see, where it does have a grounding, but then things can just happen, almost like a wushu movie, or like a Crouching Tiger, where it's a very grounded, very talking, and then when the action happens, fantasy kicks in, and they can just do these amazing things like Crouching Tiger or House of Flying Daggers or anything like that.
Yeah. And like this movie also does like the chapter thing too, of like chapter 1, chapter 2, and then when she's fighting different people, it's like Khan versus so and so. You know what I mean? When she's like facing off like a video game or something like that, like she's facing off against these different people. So yeah, like even when she's fighting, like she fights somebody older, you know what I mean? It's like yeah, very much like you say, like Crouching Tiger's Hidden Dragon, wushu type style, where people are like suspended in the air and slow motion and landing and everything like that. So yeah, you know what I mean? It draws some inspiration from them. But yeah, I mean, with it kind of makes me want to go more into the Bollywood stuff. I know like when we did RRR, there were a lot of like comments and things under that video that we did. It's like, hey, review this one, review that one, various different ones, to check out. And I know some of them are on Netflix. And then I haven't gotten to it yet simply because, we already got a lot on the plate. I had to do a lot of these reviews.
We're just bombarded constantly.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it does get me kind of interested in this style of filmmaking for sure. So yeah, stream it for Polite Society.